Hello dear students. So today the topic of discussion is the continuity equation, okay, which is perhaps the last topic of unit 2. So today we shall discuss the continuity equation. Continuity equation. Okay. So from the principle of conservation of charge, the time rate of decrease of the charge within a given volume must be equal to the net outward current flow through the surface of the volume. Okay, so from the principle of conservation of charge, conservation of charge, the time rate of decrease of the charge within a given volume must be equal to the net outward current flow through the surface of the volume. Okay, that is what I mean to say is this I out, that is the net outward current flow, okay, through the surface of the volume, that is this can be written as J dot ds, okay, and this value is equal to the time rate of decrease of the charge. So rate of decrease of charge means what? dq upon dt, and since it is rate of decrease, so it will be accompanied by the minus sign. So minus dq in upon dt. Okay. So let's say this one is your first equation, where q in is the charge enclosed by the closed surface. This q in is charge enclosed by the closed surface. Closed surface. Okay. Now, using the divergence theorem, if we use the divergence theorem, using this divergence theorem. So, using this divergence theorem, what will happen? This divergence theorem gives us the relation between surface integral to volume integral. So, using the divergence theorem, this J dot ds means surface integral of the current density can be written as what? Can be written as del dot j, and this one is your dv. Okay, this one is your volume integral. Okay, so this is your second equation. But what is minus dq in upon dt? Minus dq in upon dt is equals to what? Minus d by dt. Okay, and in place of this q in, what we can write? Q in is what? The total charge, and total charge can be represented in terms of the volume charge density, that is rho v dv. Okay, if you remember, then what is rho v? Rho v equals to q upon v, charge per unit volume. So charge can be written as equal to rho v into dv. Okay, so in this way, if we write this, then we can take this dy dt inside, and then your expression will become this partial integration then rho v upon del t into this dv. Okay, and put this as equation 3. Okay, so see this equation from equation 1, 2 and 3, what we can conclude. Okay, so from equation 1, 2 and 3, if we see what is minus dq upon dt equals to j dot ds, and what is j dot ds equal to del dot j dv. This means that this del dot j dv equals to what? Minus negative integral of rho del rho v dt dv. Is not it? It is equal or not? Because minus dq in upon dt is equal to j dot ds, and j dot ds equal to what? This, and minus dq in upon dt equals to this. So from this 1, 2 and 3 equation, from the 3 equations, this particular, see, this is a volume integral and this one is also a what? Volume integral. So this, the two integrals can be compared or not, because their RHS is same. Okay, so if we compare equation 2 and 3, certainly this del dot j equals to what? Minus this del rho v upon del t. Okay, so this from equation 1, 2 and equation 3, if we compare, then this del dot j equals to what? Equals to minus del rho v upon this del t. Okay, and this equation is called the, this is the continuity of current. Okay, this equation shows the continuity of current. So that's why this equation is called the continuity equation. Okay, so this equation is called the continuity equation. Now next we will discuss one numerical. So the question is, given the field E, given this field E equals to this 8x y z plus 1 ax plus 4x square z plus 1 ay and plus 4x square y az volts per meter. This is the value of electric field, expression for electric field intensity in free space. Okay, so at point P, whose coordinate is 2, 3, 5. So at this point P, which lies on the conducting surface, find the magnitude of rho s at P. Okay, so the first question is, find the magnitude of this rho s at point P. Okay, so first we will determine the magnitude of rho s at this point P, which is given as 2, 3, 5. Okay, so let's start solving this, and then I will write the second question based on this. Okay, So first is we have to determine the magnitude of this rho s at point P. Okay. Now, what is E at P? E, that is this E at point P, the P point is 235. So obviously if we have to determine E at this point P, then we have to put the values of x equal to 2, y equal to 3 and z equal to 5 in this expression of E. So if you put this, so it would be 8 into 2 into 3 and 5 plus 1, this is ax plus this 4x square, so 4 into 2a square and then 5 plus 1 ay and then plus 4x square y. So what is the value of x? Value of x is 2, so 4 into 2a square and into y is what? 3. Okay, and this one is your hz. So if we solve this, so this E at point P equals to what? So if we calculate this, it is 288 ax plus this 96 ay and plus this 48 a z volts per meter. Okay, but we have to calculate the magnitude of rho s. Okay, so how we will calculate the magnitude of rho s? So rho s is what? It is the surface charge density. So obviously it will be equal to what? This rho s will be equal to what? This will be equal to your electric flux density, but the magnitude of it. So we will first determine the electric flux density D and then we will calculate its magnitude and that will be equal to your rho s. Okay, so for determining D with E, what is the relation between D and E? We have the relation of epsilon naught E, because in the question it is free space is mentioned. Okay, so for free space, what is the formula? Since E equals to, sorry, D equals to epsilon E, but for free space D equals to what? Epsilon naught E. Fine. Okay, so we'll use this. So it is epsilon naught and the magnitude of E. So what is the magnitude of E? The magnitude of it E would be what? Root under 288 square plus 96 square plus 48 square. Okay, so that is your magnitude of E and that has to be multiplied by epsilon 0. So epsilon 0 and multiplied by this root over 288 whole square plus 96 whole square and plus 48 whole square. Okay, now what is epsilon 0? Epsilon 0 is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. So that you have to multiply with this, then you will get the value of this rho s. Okay, so this rho s equals to this epsilon 0 multiplied by, if you solve this root over, then you will get 307.35, and if you multiply it with your 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12, this is the value of epsilon naught, and multiplied by this 307.35, then you will get 2.721, and this one is a nanocoulomb, means 10 power minus 9 per meter square. So this is the value of your rho s, that is the magnitude of rho s at P. Okay. Now the second sub question depending on this E and P point is calculate rho V adjacent to the conductor surface at P. Okay. So calculate rho V. Now we have to, the second part is, second part of the question is calculate rho V. Okay. Where adjacent to the conductor surface at point P. So if we have to calculate rho V, so if you remember the relation from the Gauss law, okay, that is first Maxwell equation, this rho V equals to what? Rho V equals to this del dot D. Okay, you must be remembering this equation, and again in place of D you will put epsilon naught E. Okay, so it will be epsilon naught del dot E. Okay, so epsilon naught del dot E. Fine. Now what is del operator? If you remember, this del operator is del x ax plus del y ay plus this del z az. So here this rho v equals to dot this e. Okay. So if we write this epsilon 0 and del x ax plus del y ay and plus del z az. Okay, so this is your del operator, and dot product of this e. So what is e? E is your ex ax plus ey ay plus ez az. Okay, now this ax dot ax1, ay dot ay1 and az dot az1. So this rho v will become epsilon 0 and del ex upon del x plus del ey upon del y and plus del ez upon this del z. Okay, so this is your rho v. Now what is e? The e is known to us. Okay, so if I write it, let's say I'm writing this e, this your e was 8xy z plus 1ax plus 4x square z plus 1ay and then 4x square y az. Okay, this one is your e. So what you have to do, you have to differentiate it partially. Okay, so this ax, the component of ax is this one, so this is your ex, this one is your ey and this one is your ez. Okay, so you have to differentiate it with respect to x, y and z. Okay, so now I will put this ex. What is ex? 8xy z plus 1. So del x of this 8xy z plus 1. Again del y of this 4x square z plus 1, and then del z of this 4x square y. Okay, now you see in the first term here it is x, so it will be differentiated with respect to x, but in the other terms it has to be the second term has to be differentiated with respect to y, but there is no term of y, so it will be 0. Again here it has to be differentiated with respect to z, but there is no term of z, so it is also 0. So only first integral, first differentiation will be carried out, and this is epsilon 0, and with respect to x, what will be the integration? This is 8y into z plus 1. Okay, now the point is known to you, so this rho v at point P. And what is point P? The point P was 2, 3, 5. So rho v at 2, 3, 5 is what? This epsilon 0, 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 multiplied by this 8y, means 8 into 3, and then inside bracket z plus 1, that is 5 plus 1. So if you solve this, you will get 1.275 nanocoulomb. This rho v equals to 1.275 nanocoulomb per, this is rho v, okay, volume charge density, so per meter cube. Okay, so this is the solution for your second question, that is calculate rho v. Okay.